everybody. Jesus is coming back to save everybody. All you got to do is just believe in him. Well, what do you believe in? You're not believing in nothing. And why do you have to be saved by Jesus if you're at the top of this economic society? What is there to be saved from? So that's a destructive doctrine to believe in, but that's not what we're talking about. Right? That's biblically proven. That's what the Lord said. Woe to the pastors, they have destroyed the pastors. Right? Let's be honest.
Thus said the Lord. Therefore, thus said the Lord God of Israel, against the pastures that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings. Thus said the Lord.
So this is all biblical, right? Everything that's been happening to us, all the destruction that we have learned out of church, the Lord, yeah, he said that. Why? Why do we have to go through that?
I think like one way you go through is basically just different scriptures.
That's plain. What we just read up the scripture. The Lord said that if he didn't listen and argument to his commandments, that he was going to send upon you all these curses. So that's what we're going through. Like you said, we live without the people. So that's the answer to all to the question that you asked. What's your nationality? You asked, and you said, I'm Nigerian. Well, what about Nigeria? Did they ever teach you about Israelites? They never taught us as African Americans as being Israelites. They never taught us that. So why? Because it was destroyed. Right? Let's get that in Jeremiah 17:4.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, and verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
What is our heritage?
Heritage? I don't have a clear understanding of what a heritage is, but I have an idea.
We got that.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 24. The book of Sirach, right, chapter 24 and verse 23.
Read that mighty king.
And it reads thus. It says, all these things that are the book of the covenant of the Most High God,
right?
Even the law which Moses commanded for inheritance.
For what?
For inheritance.
That's what we have is for inheritance. It's the law that Moses gave us. From who? From the Lord. That's our heritage. But what happened? Oh, right? We got 4:6.
Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6.
Right?
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Right?
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
We rejected knowledge. We rejected the law that the Lord gave us. So now we're destroyed. Right? So we're out here teaching about our heritage and nationality. What would you call your heritage? What would you call your nationality? African, right? Where do you come from in Africa? Right? What do you know about slavery?
I was born in Nigeria. So.
Did your people go into slavery historically?
No.
All right, see that? That's proof right there to show you there are Israelites everywhere in the world. Because you still got people that the same place you came from, and she said they didn't go into slavery. But you said they did. Why? Because you're the Israelite, she's not. That's plain. And I know it's harsh, but the Lord said, hey, he divided the nations. We're not supposed to be joined together like in a whole mesh pool like that. The Lord divided the nations, and he set Israel above all the nations to be what? The rulers of all the nations. But, yeah, come on.
Right, the book of Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 8.
Right?
When the Most High divided to the nations.
So like, see, we're not going to deal with that. So hey, we're not out here for you, right? There's destruction coming to the people of your kind, right? We've been sold into you, right? And your people have done us wrong. We're the children of the Lord, right? The Israelites, he comes from Nigeria too, but he knows his people went into slavery because his spirit bears witness. I just asked.
Evil.
our enemies. And that's in the Bible.
Right.
Did you know that was in the Bible? Let's read that. Deuteronomy 28:16.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
So these are the curses placed upon the Israelites. The Lord said if the Israelites didn't listen to the Lord and follow the commandments, that he had curses that was placed upon them for a sign and for a wonder. Right? This is the Lord saying that the Israelites is going to be sent to Egypt, which means bondage, slavery. Again, the Israelites never physically went back into Egypt. Right? They were placed into slavery. Right? So the Israelites are the only ones that's going to understand the Bible. If you're just another nation, and then we read this verse, you're going to say, well, yeah, I don't know. But the Israelites for sure know that is a curse. Right? He's sold into slavery. Right? Let's read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With ships. Sold into slavery with ships.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Right?
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies, for bondmen and bond women,
Slave men and slave women.
and no man shall buy you.
No man was going to redeem you. Right? As Israelites. So, judging by the curses that we just read, who would you say, what would your nationality? Somebody come for me and say, what's your nationality?
That's right, brother.
That's right.
What's your nationality?
Read it one more time.
Let's read it again.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 68.
Right?
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Right, let's rewind it back a little bit because you came up a little slow. Let's get verse 15.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 15.
So we're talking about Moses talking to the Israelites. After he gave them the commandments from the Lord, that's what he said, just the ultimatum.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day,
Right.
that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So it's a curse, a good thing or a bad thing. Right? So the bad thing that's going to happen to the Israelites are these verses we're about to read. Let's go to verse 46.
Verse number 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
So this is how we're just knowing that we're Israelites. We're not just saying it because the Lord said that's a curse, that you will have these curses on you as a sign.
That's right.
You know that store is Subway because it says Subway. That's a sign. So these curses are going to make us like Israelites because you're going to read it, it's a sign, and then you're going to look at yourself and say, man, that looks like me. Right? So,
And upon thy seed forever.
upon thy seed forever. Right? So that's to this day. Right? So let's read verse 32.
Verse number 32, and it reads thus: Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given into another people,
Well, your people given it to another people.
and thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand.
And nobody can do nothing about it. My baby don't take it. Can't do nothing about it. That's historically our history. Now let's get back to 68.
Back to 68, and it reads thus: And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So that's going back to what we was just at. That's the curse. That's how we identify who we are. That happened to us.
Right.
The Lord sent us into slavery on ships. Plain.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee,
The same way he said it would happen, it did happen.
thou shalt see it no more again.
We didn't see our heritage no more. We didn't know the law. We didn't see our actual land no more. We don't know where we're from. We say not Nigeria. Did they teach you in Nigeria that you was a child of Israel? They didn't teach you that. You weren't going to hear that no more. You weren't going to see the actual truth no more.
That's right.
That's a curse.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
There you were sold to your enemies. So you calling yourself Nigeria, but they're your enemies. You don't want to identify with that. We was calling ourselves American. We were sold into them. Beaten by them. Chastised by them. They stole our people. I mean, they stole our children. We had no might in our hand. They beat our backs in, lynched us. They cursed us. We were the lowest in the society. I mean, but why we want to be a part of that? No, we don't want to be a part of that. We never did. We was always looking for some kind of answers. So that's why when we read it, we're like, damn, this is comforting knowing that it is something else out here.
That's right.
We're the lost children of the tribes of Israel.
That's right.
We're lost. But now we're coming back because we found it through the precepts to get your understanding.
That's right.
The pastor's not going to teach you this. They don't teach this in church. Why? That's a curse. We already broke it down to the brother, but that's literally everything that, up until this point, everything that you've been going through is a curse.
Right.
This is the first actual blessing that you can have, to run into the men of the Lord on the street randomly and hear that you're the child of God.
That's right.
Because what did the Lord say? Let's get Deuteronomy 7 and 6, and then you can get 10 and 12. Let's let you know what the Lord thinks about the children of Israel, and then what the Lord requires now that you know that you're a child of God.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6.
Right.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
So the Lord had chosen the children of Israel to be a special people. Have y'all always felt special? I mean, just be honest. There's no wrong answer. You know, you haven't. Okay.
Mostly no.
Okay. Me, before, I ain't gonna lie, I felt special, but in society they never treated me special. So I was like, I don't know, am I special? But I kind of always felt different, you know. Different. I don't know. I just felt like I wasn't a part. Everybody was going this way. I wanted to go that way. It was just something that was pulling me apart. That's the spirit. Now you say no, but I don't know no Israelite that actually don't feel special. You may say that just because you're humble, and every time anybody else asked you, you probably thought you was gonna get shot down if you said yes. But we ain't this. We're the children of the Lord. We all up there, brother. Everybody. And this is my wife. Hey, you got sisters back there. This is how we're supposed to be, in order. You know, you got women wearing dresses, men actually doing the work of the Lord. Everything is in order according to the Bible. And this is our heritage.
Right.
It's to be able to run this world. We're the rulers of this world. Because what did the Lord say? He said he chose us to be his special people, right? Above what?
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
No, we're all the same.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
No, God loves everybody.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
They never taught us that. But the Lord literally said that. We're above all people upon the face of the earth. We're not equal. These people are our slaves. But it was a curse, but we had to go under them. Because what? Because what? We broke the commandments. So what does the Lord require from us, knowing that we're Israelites? Now you know you're an Israelite, right? You just proclaim that. I ask you what's your nationality, you say you're Israelite, right? Which is not a bad thing. It's actually the best thing you could even like come back to remembrance of. Right? This is the good news. When you hear it in church, they say Jesus preached the good news. What was he doing? He was telling the Israelites that you're Israelites, you got to keep the commandments. And he came to be that example. He kept all the commandments and taught all the other Israelites to do the same thing. Right. So that's what we are here doing, to teach what the Lord did.
Right.
Right? This is Deuteronomy 10 and 12.
Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12.
So now it's an admonition, right? The Lord is pleading with the children of Israel, telling them what to do, how to serve him, right? Because if you love the Lord, so like you love the Lord,
Yeah.
you love the Lord, all praises, all praises.
Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12.
Right.
And now Israel,
Right?
What?
Israel,
what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee?
what happens now? Now I'm an Israelite, what happens? What do I got to do? Do you know how to serve the Lord? How you serve the Lord?
By talking to him, like doing his work.
What's his word?
Like evangelism, like talking to people about God, reading the scriptures, and just basically living your life according to the Bible.
That's a blanket statement. I'll accept that though, because that's what it's going to say, but it's going to get very intricate with the answer, right? Right here, right in the Bible. Everything we speak is from the Bible. But what we've been taught was kind of like man's words. That's why we kind of got like a shady overview of what it actually means. But through the precepts, you get to understand it. So we get the precepts that we explain. So this is what the Lord said on how to love him and how to serve him.
I'm reading from the top. Deuteronomy 10 and 12. And now Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee? but to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. Verse 13. To keep the commandments of the Lord.
To do what?
To keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good.
Right, for thy good, right? So the commandments are written for your good, right? So you will have good success.
Right.
As Joshua 1:8, right? You will have to abide in the love of the Lord. How? By keeping the commandments, doing everything he told you. That's plain, right? Let's get that.
The book of 1 John, chapter 5, and verse 2. By this, we know that we love the children of God, when we love God and keep his commandments.
You do what?
We love God and keep his commandments.
So that's how you love God, and you show that you love the people of God. It's all the same. Keeping the commandments is plain. But we want to talk to the church. The church that teaches the commandments of the other way. You don't got to. You can do whatever you want to do. Just believe in Jesus, which makes no sense. If you actually think about it, right? But we were just taught their doctrine, which is no fault of our own. Well, it is because we broke the commandments, right? But it's like we couldn't do that. The Lord did that to us. He put us in the church. He put that in the pastor's heart to destroy us,
Right.
you know, because we didn't keep the commandments. But to come back, he put all the answers right here. So this is how you look, right?
Verse 3, 1 John 5 and 3. For this is the love of God,
Right? But this is the love of God.
that we keep his commandments.
That we do what?
That we keep his commandments.
Keep his commandments. It's plain. It's all throughout the Bible. And that's what we're in the church. It's all throughout the Bible. That's how you love the Lord. By keeping his commandments.
And his commandments are not
And
grievous.
they're not even hard. It's not hard to not eat pork. It's not hard to put on a dress. It's not hard to rest one day out the week on the actual correct day. You know, that's not hard. But what do we talk? Sunday is the Sabbath. You can eat whatever you want. You can dress however you want. Women are equal to men. That's not thus said the Lord. And I know a lot of women don't like to hear that because they're like, hold up now. You know, start stepping their neck, hand on it. What you mean? I got rights too. Well, we're not stripping you of the rights. It's just everything is done decently in order. There's an order of the household. There's the Most High, Yahweh Shai, which the world calls Jesus, the man, and the woman. Then the children and the kids are part of the woman. But if everybody's in order, that's a foundation. That's the foundation that the Lord set up.
But I would have, this is the book of 1 Corinthians.
Right, and this is just to show you the order, right?
Chapter 9. I'm going to start at verse 2.
Right?
Now I praise you, brethren, that you remember me in all things and keep the ordinances as I delivered them unto you. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ,
Right?
and the head of the woman is the man,
Right?
and the head of Christ is God.
That's plain. That's plain. I don't even got to break that down. Did y'all understand that? We can read it again. I see that's plain. See that? There's more of that?
It's more. Every man praying, this is a commandment.
Right.
Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head.
So you can't go pray to the Lord with your head covered. That's dishonoring the Lord.
And I've been told that since I was little, so whenever I go to church,
Right. So they give you a little bit, but they don't give you the whole thing. The church. They're not going to give you the whole thing because why? Because the Lord set that up. Right. So the women,
This is verse 4. Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head. But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered, dishonoreth her head.
So the woman has to have their hair covered. Right? The man has to have his head uncovered when you're praying. I mean, you can walk up like you're not saying like that. But you're kind of sick of that on pants, but we're gonna get to that. But as far as praying, you will have to have your head covered. There's a lot of ordinances that the Lord set up for the men and the women to be a children, to act and move in the spirit of the Lord. Right. But if you're not moving in the spirit of the Lord, what you're moving with and follow. That's what the world that we live in has taught us. You don't have to worry about anything. Like you said, you was taught, you got to uncover your head, but what else did they teach you? They teach you nothing else substantial, So you probably didn't even care about what they did teach you because it didn't hold no weight, But when you understand that this is literally a book by the Israelites, to the Israelites, for the Israelites, that's plain. Now I'm looking at every little jot and tittle that's in here, and I'm just trying to keep it to the T. Why? Because I want to make it a key. I want to be up there with the homicide, judging. I want to be a judge.
That's right.
And if you got that spirit, then you want to do the same thing.
Huh.
Just so you don't be destroyed. Because if you don't bring it, if you don't do it, the Lord said He's going to destroy you. Right. That Deuteronomy 17. Oh yeah, you want to get that first.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 17, in verse 9.
Bring it out.
19 to 18.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 19, in verse 18. The fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of Him, and wisdom obtaineth His love.
And wisdom obtaineth His love, right? And what's with this?
The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life.
It's the doctrine of life. So this is how you live. This is by the Israelites to the Israelites. This is how you live, is by the commandments. Right? Even when we speak, 1 Peter 4:11, even everything that we speak is supposed to be of the oracles of God. That's a commandment. But we still, we really are destroyed as a people. But the Lord left us breadcrumbs because He loved us. He loved it. He said, I'm going to destroy you. I'm going to beat you down. I don't know if y'all have children. But even if you got parents, right? If they told you do them dishes by 7 o'clock, 7:15, the dishes ain't done, what happens? How you get in trouble? How? What you gonna do to you? When you was a kid, you get whooped.
That's right.
Every kid, every Israelite I know got whooped. We don't get taught to. We're not, because we're not that, privileged.
Bring it out.
We kind of get, that lash. Go get a breast. Give me that extension cord. Every Israelite I know, you kind of know that. You get chastised. And that's the spirit that the Lord has put in us. Because our parents did it to us. Why? Because it was done unto us. Because we're the children of the Lord. That's like us being the children of the Lord. So your parents whipping you, they're just moving in the spirit of the Lord. Because that's what the Lord did. That's what He does to the ones that He loves. Why? Because He knows that's the way you understand correction. As a babe, you have to get that whooping. And it don't matter how old we are, we're all babes. Because why? Because we're lost. We don't know what we are. We're kind of nibbling. We don't even have no teeth right now. We don't know. We didn't know who he was. Before you walked up here today, we thought you was Nigerian. That's a byword. That's another curse that was placed on you. You're a child of Israel. From you could be from any tribe, but you're a children of Israel.
Right. That's right.
Right. And that's the most beautiful thing, because you're above all people. The Lord gave us these commandments to live by. Right. For our heritage. So we're taking our heritage.
That's right.
You got that precept?
I had a precept. Yeah, can I? This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8, in verse number 5. Right. Thou shalt also consider in thy heart that as a man chasteneth his son, right, so the Lord thy God chasteneth thee.
And that's plain. That's plain. So we're moving in the spirit of the Lord. Right? And let's get 10 and 12. Oh yeah, we already got 10 and 12. So let's get some more commandments, right? Let's get Leviticus 11 and start at 7. Right?
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, and verse 7.
Right.
And the swine.
So this is the dietary law, right? This is the way that you would have to eat as Israel. Right? You have to eat certain things. Do y'all eat pork? Do you eat crab, shellfish, shrimp? Yeah. See that? Let's go to verse 9. Let's start at 7.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and 7.
Let's go.
And the swine, though he divideth the hoof, and be cloven-footed,
Come hear the word.
yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
So the swine, right? You know, it's a pig, it's unclean. Right? You already confessed, you know, the swine. The Lord said that he is unclean to you. So we want you to know you're not supposed to be swine because the Lord said he's unclean to you. Not because it's no health reasons or nothing like that. It's because the Lord said. That's a commandment. Just give verse 9.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcasses shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you.
Right, so you can't even touch a dead swine. A pack of bacon, a pepperoni, don't touch it. Sausage, if it drop on your foot, and you come unclean. You know, don't come near it. I mean, for real. Hey, for real. That's what the Lord said is unclean to you. For real. That's how special you are. That's how holy you are. The Lord He set us above all people. The swine is the trash of the earth. It's the lowest of the earth. We're not supposed to be here, try to take away the word, but the humble spirit stayed up here and it kind of still want to be fed.
All praises.
We're going to continue on to verse 9.
These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters.
So a dietary law for all that's in the waters is coming up. That's right.
Whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
Right, so everything that has fins and scales. You eat catfish, right? Why? Well, the Lord said because they have to have fins and scales.
Right.
Right? So I'm just trying to get your brain to get trained to understand this is what the Lord said. Right? The Lord said it has to have fins and scales. If it come out the water, you got to give it 2 criteria. You can't just touch everything to come out the water. Because why? The Lord said it's unclean to you.
And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you.
And the Lord hates all abominations. Right?
That's right.
So, can you eat shrimp again? Can you eat lobster?
No.
Can you eat eel? Squid? And people
That's
eat
crazy.
eel. People eat eel. People eat squid. People eat fish eggs.
That's crazy.
People calamari.
Oysters.
People eat those things. Yeah, Leviticus 11. That's a dietary law. Write that down. Yeah, come on. All praises. Calamari. See that? Yeah. Oh yeah. Take the. We got flyers for y'all. We got sisters. Take the pictures. Whatever. Oh yeah. See that Satan trying to take away the word. But hey, I'll get your. If you want, you can give me your number, and then I can shoot you. I can shoot you.
Talk about Christmas. Oh yeah, they celebrate the holiday.
Right.
19.
Yeah.
It's the season.
And, I'll shoot you all the precepts, you know what I'm saying, and everything, whatever you need. Just ask me, and then I'll shoot you that precept.
All praises. All praise to the Most High.
So let's get that Deuteronomy 22:5, because we have a appearance, right? Dress code, right? Same thing. Let's get number 15:38.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, and verse 5.
Right out.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So a woman must not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. What does a woman's garment, what type of clothing does a man wear that a woman should wear?
Pants.
Plain.
That's right.
That's plain.
That's
That's
right.
a commandment.
That's a commandment.
Right?
Neither shall.
So like could go get for the first thing.
1 Timothy. 1 Timothy 2.
2 Timothy 2:9. I got you. Well, I'll finish it up. This is the book of Deuteronomy 22:5 again. Thou shalt not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
The Lord hates all abomination. But let's find out why our women have to be modest apparel.
The book of 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9.
Bring it out.
It reads thus, in like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness.
So you read up from
Come. 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9.
Right.
In like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
Women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
That's right.
So you have to be covered up. Because why? The Lord said that we're his chosen people.
That's right.
That everything that you have is reserved for your husband.
That's right.
Right?
Teach.
And the husband and men, and whether you like it or not, the more you show off, you're making the men go off. Because you're drawing attention to yourself.
That's right.
That's not modest. The Lord said that you would have to adorn yourself in modest apparel. Be covered up. If you get a gift and it's a damn see-through box, it's in a gift. It's not a gift. You kind of know what it is. It ain't, it's already revealed. A gift is covered up. Modest apparel. And what else?
It says with shamefacedness.
Shamefacedness, you're not supposed to be all up in everybody's face. Not saying that you are, but this is just what the word says.
Right. In sobriety.
And sober. You're supposed to be sober. How you doing, sister? You believe in the Bible?
Yes, sir.
Better.
It says, not with braided hair, or gold, or pearls, or costly array.
That just means drawing attention to yourself. You don't want to be out here all like Nicki Minaj and Meg Thee Stallion. You don't want to be out here in that spirit. The Lord said he hates that stuff. And if you're in that spirit, you can't cut that.
I have one. So, as far as like women can't wear men's like what men are supposed to wear, who decided what men are supposed to wear? And what
Well, the
women-
Lord did. He just said.
Like I get that part that we can't wear what y'all were supposed to wear, like pants, etc. But who allocated pants to men?
Talk about in history or like as a
I think somebody history.
yeah, it was in 1960. Well, it was 1960. It was a white woman, and she said she wanted to wear the pants. So she advocated to wear the pants, and then they started wearing the. Because remember back in real quick, in like the 40s and the 30s and the 20s. Remember when we was in the
Look at our slave. You see our foremothers? That was in the fields. All of our women had what? And dresses. I mean that's just plain.
that's 1900s.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't even go way back. So I don't know if that answered your question, but
Well, you can look it up. Her name was Jane. I think her name was Jane something. But she did that in like the 1950s, the feminist movement. That's what it is. You look at the feminist movement. It was in like the 1950s or early 1960s. Just look it up. You're gonna see like, it was a white woman who wanted to wear pants. And that's why we started wearing.
and that's where you get that phrase, the woman who wears the pants in the marriage. Or in the house, who wears the pants. The pants was more about the man. That's the order of the man, is the man is the head of the woman. But if you got women wearing pants, now it's madness and confusion.
I only asked this because in different cultures, throughout like history, men have worn skirts.
Men don't wear actual skirts, they have breeches.
It's the seams in it.
Wear wraps,
Different
wrap
seams in it.
I just want to.
Yeah, you're talking about like the Irish kilts.
No, in some African
Yeah,
cultures.
in some places in Asia,
Women wear wraps.
Then will they have a butt of those? They got breeches of them. That's the attire for the men, right? Because in that culture they still had those on, but then they not upgraded, but like I would say they transcended to removing those, but they still had the breeches on because they have to cover their loins. The women, they have on dresses because they don't need to. They don't have any loins. They don't have to cover anything. It's kind of still all over. Even if you look at the bathroom sign, we have the men. They got the, you can see their legs and stuff like that. But the women can't see nothing. So what? They're trying. They got that dress on.
Like you said, in other cultures, even our culture, like ancient Israelites, they didn't wear jeans. They wore actual long garments. But the difference between our garments is the seams and the cuts and the way it was fashioned to fit. But yeah, I'm gonna read out this quick precept. This Revelation chapter 1, and verse number 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man,
So it's talking about your house, son.
Jesus, ignorantly called Jesus, clothed with the garment down to the foot.
So that's a garment, down to the foot. Some would say that's a dress, or that's a skirt. Because why is it a garment down to the foot? That's part of our history too. It's weird that way. We have preachers that
Yeah, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 28, verse 42. And thou shalt make them linen breeches to cover their nakedness from the loins. And thou shalt make them linen breeches
right.
to cover their nakedness.
So what's their nakedness? Their loins. That's their time of linen, right?
From the loins even unto the thighs they shall reach.
So that's what you would call body day boxers. But you would have those garments on, but you got the breeches to cover their neck, right? Because I knew the Exodus. So one more precept that we want to put. I know you probably wonder what the hell going on here.
Yeah, I'm just jumping in.
But you're going to do it. It's the more precept, right?
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 38.
More on appearance is dress code, right?
Speak unto the children of Israel,
Right?
and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations,
Right?
and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
So you see the brothers, every brother up here, and the sisters in the back, everybody has on fringes. Why? Why do we have on fringes? Because the Bible says so.
That's right.
That's why we keep, and that's why I keep trying to challenge you. Like, why do we do it? Because the Lord says so. But then there's more.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe,
Right.
that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord.
So this is a physical reminder that the Lord had to set in place for the children of Israel for us to remember the commandments. Because why? Somebody had just got put to death for breaking the Sabbath. Somebody had just got put to death for breaking the Sabbath. Right? So the Lord said, okay, all right, I'm not. There's a lot of commandments. So let me just give y'all these physical reminders. Everybody put on fringes, put the ring of the moon on. So everybody has the fringes on. That's not because of works. Right? Who was the Sabbath day? Oh yeah, you got to read that. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 8. Right?
Yeah.
Read this. So it's like, y'all know about the Sabbath? Alright, let's listen.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20, and verse 8.
Right?
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Right?
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work.
6 days. 6 days shall thou work and do all thy labor.
But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
But the seventh day, oh my God. So you saying Sunday was the 7th day. Let's look at that calendar. If you got a calendar, let's look at the calendar. The day is the 7th day. Now let's look at this. That's plain.
That's right.
And what would the Lord say? Woe to the pastor that destroys that extra. Because they had this worshiping on the 7th, on the damn Sunday. Talking about that's the 7th day. But it literally starts on Sunday, the calendar. So you see how backwards all this stuff we've been talking is backwards. Right? So the Lord said the Sabbath day was the 7th day. Which is today.
Right.
Right? Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. You got a whole Sabbath. A day to rest. You got a whole day to rest. It's not hard to do. You got to do it on the right day, which is the 7th day. Right day.
Verse number 10 again from the top. It says, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
Right.
In it thou shalt not do any work.
Right?
Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter,
Right.
thy manservant, nor thy maidservant,
Right.
nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
So that means nobody in the house got to work. Right? No doing the dishes on the Sabbath. No damn sending the email on the Sabbath. No damn riding bikes on the Sabbath, man. That's work. The Lord said you have to rest. Because what? We don't know that.
Right? It says, for in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is in them. and rested the 7th day.
So the Lord said, walk in all his ways. The Lord did that. He rested on the 7th day. He made the earth and all the things therein and rested on the 7th day. For 6 days, the Lord putting in so much work. That all you see.
Right.
But then on the 7th day, he rested. So why we want to break that?
This Nehemiah chapter 10 and 31.
Bring it out.
And if the people of the land bring ware or any residuals on the Sabbath day to sell, that we would not buy it of, them on the Sabbath or on the holy day, and that we would leave the
Right? Or sell, right? Because why? The Lord says so. Right? And so what is y'all's nationality? That's right.
That's right.
Now what does the Lord require of you as Israelites?
To live by his word and to obey his scriptures.
What does the scriptures tell you to do? To do what? To keep the what? Keep the
That's right.
That's right.
Now, if y'all have any questions, we can build on that. If not, I'm going to pass it to the next mighty speaker.